When you think of Bugatti, the first thing that comes to mind is roaring engines, no doubt. But did you know these engines are powerful enough to set factories on fire? I'm not kidding. During engine testing, Bugatti nearly burnt down their factories twice. The first incident occurred in 1939 while testing an airplane engine. Yes, Bugatti made airplane engines too. And the second incident happened in 2001 during the testing of the Veyron's engine. Fortunately, they managed to control the fires in time. It's crazy, right? Well, today we have 10 more crazy facts about Bugatti that you've probably never heard of. Beyond the glossy veneer of speed and luxury, Bugatti has a surprising history full of interesting facts that often go unnoticed. As I've mentioned its history, let's begin there. Bugatti wasn't always just about cars. In the 1930s, the company ventured into high-speed trains, airplane motors, and even designed auto rails. Now, they flourished between 1933 and 1939, with some of their creations setting speed records. And during the First World War, they also dabbled in airplane engines, and speed has always been in their DNA since the beginning. From speed comes the ability to blaze through roads and laps in no time. Bugatti excels at handling great speed, but it's not currently a racing competitor. However, that wasn't always the case. In its early years, Bugatti not only produced roaring airplane engines, but also dominated racetracks. They were a force to be reckoned with in the 20s and 30s, including a win at the prestigious Monaco Grand Prix in 1929. Their greatest triumphs came at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, where Bugatti cars won in both 1937 and 1939. However, after the death of Ettore Bugatti, the company faced major setbacks and then they stopped racing. Next, Bugatti is a symbol of royalty, and that's the market that they've always targeted. Because what's more classy and royal than stepping out of a Bugatti well-dressed and showing off your class on a pool table? In the 1920s, Bugatti produced a limited number of exquisite high-end pool tables, adding a touch of royalty to the lives of a select few. Imagine being in a basement, racking up balls on a Bugatti-branded billiards table, a true conversation starter for any gaming room. Along with muscular engines, Bugatti is known for opulence and as a symbol of luxury as well. To give that extra luxurious experience to its users, they've even adorned diamonds into the speedometers of some cars, and if you think that that's the peak of attention to detail, well, their skills there extend to unexpected places. But could you imagine a brand that manufactured airplane engines, won racing competitions, and had been a favorite of royal people could ever go bankrupt? It does sound crazy, doesn't it? But the iconic brand has had some turbulent ownership history. As mentioned earlier, after the death of Bugatti, things went straight downwards. After facing financial difficulties in the late 50s, the company nearly went bankrupt. The crazy race car makers had to shut down the company and went back in 1991 with the introduction of the EB110. Today, it may surprise you that at that moment, the company was actually for sale. Bugatti is now a brand under the umbrella of the Volkswagen Group ever since 1998. But now let's move on to the first hypercar of Bugatti that left the world without words. I'm talking about the Bugatti Veyron. When Volkswagen bought Bugatti, the owner had the dreams of coming up with a 1,000 horsepower car. But it seemed like a dream, that is until 2005, when Bugatti actually came up with the Veyron. To keep its quad-turbocharged W16 engine functional, Bugatti had to install 10 radiators in the car. 3 were used to handle the engine, 3 to manage the intercoolers, and the rest were all dedicated to multiple oils. You'll be amazed to know that a radiator takes at least 10 hours to be built, so it's 150 hours of radiator work for one single production unit. Along with muscular engines, Bugatti's also known for its opulence and has been a symbol of luxury. To enhance the luxurious experience of its users, they've even adorned diamonds within the speedometers of some of their cars. And if you think that's the peak of attention to detail, their craftsmanship extends to unexpected places. And along with power, the Veyron is equally extravagant in its fuel consumption. At its top speed of 248 miles per hour, or 400 kilometers per hour, it will barely last 12 minutes before running out of fuel. After that, you're going to need to replace the tires as well because they're not going to be functional anymore, and that's going to cost you about $60,000. It's crazy, right? $60,000 for a 12-minute ride. But just imagine, you're standing beside the road, and a Bugatti Veyron comes roaring towards you. The first thing you're going to notice is its sound. We all love that Bugatti roar, and there's no doubt about it. Bugatti engineers have meticulously crafted the iconic sound of their engines. For the Veyron, they employed a special exhaust system, delivering a deep and throaty roar at high speeds while remaining surprisingly quiet during low-speed cruising. And when you press the accelerator, it increases the pressure of burning fuel through the exhaust, and due to the special design, it creates that iconic roar. The Veyron proved to be a great success for Bugatti, but it may surprise you to learn that it didn't even recover its cost. Bugatti had lost nearly $8.2 million on every single unit, resulting in a loss that was double its price. It's hard to digest how such an incredible production could suffer a huge financial loss like that, but, it is what it is. Even after having suffered the huge loss, Bugatti didn't even think of stopping production. Instead, they came up with an even bigger wonder, the Bugatti Chiron. After selling 450 units in 10 years, they introduced the Chiron, which, in its Super Sport 300 Plus version, reached a mind-blowing top speed of 304 miles per hour, or 490 kilometers per hour, respectively. But enduring such speed would not be possible with any ordinary old tire. Michelin actually had to develop tires with metallic treads to incorporate between the rubber in order to capture those speeds over 311 miles per hour. They even ran them through multiple X-rays, all to make sure that there were no imperfections. That speed was insane, but if they had conducted it at a higher altitude, the results may have even been more remarkable. According to calculations, it could have reached 318 miles per hour. However, they didn't seem to care because their competitor was already well behind them. In order to make these immense speeds, tons of carbon fiber was used. The amount is so substantial that if you dismantled the carbon fiber used in a Chiron, it would be enough to wrap around the Earth 84 times. Now we have everything to help the machine reach the 500 kilometer per hour mark. But what about stopping it? Is the traditional brake enough to halt the car? Well, of course not. So Bugatti had to come up with a 3D printed aluminum brake caliper that reduced the weight by 40%. These are still the largest brake calipers ever fitted onto a production car, and while known for its power, Bugatti also delivers surprising luxury. The Chiron boasts a plush interior with the finest of leathers, a premium sound system, and even a dual sunroof option that ensures a comfortable ride, even as you hurtle down the highway at mind-bending speeds. They also developed an air conditioning system that was powerful enough to change the temperature of a one-room apartment in only a matter of seconds. These behind-the-scenes details add another layer of appreciation for the Bugatti brand. They're not only about speed, they also embody heritage, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to creating automotive works of art. Well, that's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you subscribe and support us so that we can keep up the hard work and you never miss another great video like this one in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.